And now we get to the thriller iron, and I'll just check it's hot enough. Everybody's favourite part. Now this is really quite repetitive, and as you can see I'm ironing on a mini ironing board. Because most of my stuff is portable, because my workroom is not quite ready. So everything I've got set up today is on top of my son's snooker table. So I don't think he's so pleased about that, but never mind. He will get over it. Again, just make sure any wrinkles are out. This is really quite wrinkled here. Because when we get to the point where we start putting it together, we want all the waists to match and we don't want any wrinkles. I wasn't sure when I actually make this up whether to do some fancy embroidery at the stitch lines, but we'll see how it looks, and maybe test it on a scrap piece of denim. There's that danger it could look naff and it'd be better plain, so we'll wait and see. As you can see there, you can see the original line of the pattern and my seam allowance. And I'm trying to keep them in order as I iron, as it's really quite easy to get them out of place. And if you make the mistake of sewing them in the wrong order, it's a lot of work unpicking it. We'll get rid of all these wee flecks and bits and pieces of thread with a lint brush later on. But I'm not going to worry too much about them just now. And we'll just put these back up in order as we finish. It seems to be the coutil that's more wrinkled. I had the denim spare, I bought extra. I had made my son's got quite a big head, so I had made him a summer hat as he's very pale, and a wizard hat as a Harry Potter fanatic. So that worked good for last year's fancy dress, so I don't know if it'll be worn this year. And you can see maybe as I'm ironing, there's wee clips here at the waist. That was when I was transferring the pattern to the material so that I could line up the wee nicks and draw a straight line for the waist. For my next corset, I've got some absolutely cracking fabric picked out. It's got gnomes on it, so I thought it was a wee bit different. You always see ones that look very samey or lots of lace and stuff, and I have to admit I'm not very good at picking out lace, but we're getting better. But I think the gnome one will look great when it's made up. Unusual. And this is us in the last piece of the left side. Oh, and don't worry about these wee markings here. These just brush off with the fabric marker I used. Nearly there. And one last piece, and that's us get everything ironed. And there we go, that is our last piece. So we're all ready to anchor each piece together before we start stitching the whole thing up.